I'm Tammy, and I'm going to tell you about my reunion kind of relationship with my son, and then my family support throughout the adoption and the adoption process. I see my son about every 6 months. I don't exactly remember what the actual um, adoption agreement was or whatever, but I know that that's about as often as I see him. And now that I live even farther away, I'm kind of worried that it's going to get even shorter. Last time I visited with him, I actually went to their house, which was very scary for me. I was not ready to see the place that my son had been living for the past 2 years of his life. I had never seen it. I've seen it in pictures, but I mean, I had never been there. He even showed me his bedroom and everything like that, and so I bring my boyfriend with me to every visit, and so I was really glad to have his support that day. Um, Other than that, they try to explain to him that he's adopted. They've never tried to hide it from him or anything like that. I mean, he says prayers to me and his birth dad every night and things like that, and it's really cute. But when they got pregnant with their biological daughter, they were trying to explain to him that he came out of me and not her. And that's a humongous concept for a 3-year-old, so I kind of understand why he doesn't quite get it yet. And so he's still kind of working on knowing who I am, recognizing me, that kind of stuff, since I don't see him a whole heck of a lot. But I know that they're trying, and that means a lot to me. Other than that, he's very comfortable around me. I mean, I think he's just kind of that way with everybody, but I don't talk to them on the phone or anything like that, so setting up visits is through Facebook messages usually. And so I don't end up getting to talk to him personally until that day. And they'll trust me to be alone with him and things like that, but I mean, they still have to be within eye or earshot. And one of my classmates was talking to me about that and asking if I could take him somewhere for a day or something like that, and I feel like they wouldn't trust me to do that. And in some cases I find that fair, but I mean, I had him for almost a year and then relinquished my parental rights, so I don't think it's going to happen. But we just haven't quite got to that trust level and things like that, and I think that would be kind of awkward to discuss. So, and then my family support with my adoption is fairly minimal. When I decided to do placement, he was 9 months old, and my entire family had developed huge attachments to him. He's so cute and has a great personality and stuff like that, and they were all in love with him. And so when I said that I wanted to place him with an adoptive family, they freaked. They were upset with me. They were calling me selfish about it, and so now that since I became a mother when I was 15, they were all gung ho about me getting into a teen parent program or whatever, and it was great. It was great support and whatever. But then when I became a birth mother, they didn't really give a damn, and they just stopped asking how things were going, stopped caring, that kind of stuff, and so weren't trying to get me to find any sort of counseling or support or anything like that. I had to do it all by myself and by my little lonesome, and I was 16 years old. I think 16, if I can remember correctly. And on top of that, my dad's wife, my step parent, I don't like to call her that, but whatever. She had placed a child for adoption 20 years prior or something like that, and so she was very against the idea of adoption, and she told me that it was going to be something that scarred me for the rest of my life, and I was like, I get it. I completely understand. Well, I didn't completely understand at the time, obviously. It's a completely complex issue and stuff like that, but it's just she saw all the negatives, and I had never heard a positive story out of adoption, so I was trying to find people that had positive stories, maybe something uplifting and that kind of stuff, and my family was just not there for me when it came to that. My sister, that's closest to my age, she is supportive of everything that I do. I could probably do something that was completely stupid and she'd be like, yeah, go for it. But it's just kind of the way that she is. And she was there for me for that portion of it. She told me that she didn't want my son to leave, but she understood why. And so she's the only one that stood beside me when it came to that, and I thought that was great. And then my friends were completely supportive about it. Counselors at school told me I was like brave about it and things like that. Teachers told me all that kind of stuff, but I never heard it from my family. And I still never heard it from my family, and I kind of expect an apology from my dad someday, but I don't know if I'll ever get it. I guess the bottom line is that I wish that my family had been there for me for more of it, but again, I appreciate that my sister was with me through everything, and she always has been there for me through everything, so I guess she's my main support when it comes to anything to do with the adoption. I've even brought her to a visit before, and they love her. They call her by her nickname and stuff like that, and so it's great. I'm glad we all get along and are kind of a big family one way or another, but hopefully it'll work out eventually. Um, Other than that, don't really have much else to say. Thanks, guys. Bye.